We are good to go.
All right, I'll call this meeting to order. Will you join me in pledge allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to our last meeting of this fiscal year. And I'm gonna jump ahead on something before we get started. I apologize, but I'm the chair, so I can do that. I want to thank Mike for his 3 years of dedicated service to this board. I can tell you, I met Mike probably 4 or 5 years ago or something. Maybe we were prepping for the 2023, the birthday celebration. Mike was part of the budget committee. Came on the select board, and Mike definitely has a heart to help people out and help the community out, help the town out. And we certainly appreciate everything you do and continue to do for the town. And we're really proud to know you.
I was glad to serve, and I thank you for that.
When I needed a biochemist, he was there.
No, you're a multi-talented man.
What are the beds? The beds. Oh, it's like a water softener.
And when we were dealing with the Madomic Community Park and some of those
What the
questions,
chemicals were.
What?
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
you really educated me on tetrachloroethylene.
Very good.
I'm telling, I learned a lot, Mike. I have learned a lot from you. I feel more intelligent having known you. And I totally would second. Mike does an awful lot behind the scenes and never wants any credit and he helps a lot of people. And he never wants any credit for it. And you've touched a lot of lives. And I think that's the greatest gift that we can give to each other as humans.
I don't know what to do about this bath.
You're a lock in the glove.
is there any adjustment to the agenda?
Nothing here.
Presentation, I see none. Public hearings, I see none. Citizen comments.
Rebecca.
No microphone, but I'm gonna.
Right above your
Stand
head.
right above your
Just
head.
right above
Don't
your
worry.
head.
You don't even have to talk into it.
Yay, I'm gonna back up. I went to Chile for 2 weeks to visit my family there. And one of the things that I was astounded at was how much housing that country has invested. Wherever we went, you would see housing that was built in the last 20 years. And when people move in, they love it. They're so glad not to be on a dirt floor or not to be getting water from the faucet down the street. It has improved so many people's lives. And I just want to say it can be done. This country did it. And I'm sure it was regulations. I'm sure it was ways, not regulations maybe, but a combination of incentives and government commitment. And I don't want us in Waldoboro, where we face housing, it's so much part of the discussion through all my time here. It's when I wake up, anyway, in particular, because it's so impassioned. And I don't want us to lose faith that it can't be done. And I hope at the state level, whoever ends up at the state throughout, that we hold on to that idea that it really can be done. And it doesn't happen overnight. It took it's 20 years I've watched this. And it's incredible. So, and the second thing I wanted to say was that yes, in Chile, they had something one of the last days, and it's pretty new, called a patrimonial day, where they celebrate their heritage. And specifically their heritage. It's not quite like Waldoboro Day. It has nothing to do with other things. It's not like 4th of July where we're celebrating the whole country, but we're not thinking about our heritage. And it's really wonderful. They open all the doors to museums and everything that are free. We don't have that problem. We have OHOH and we have the Historical Society, and their doors are always open to us. But I wonder about, just for the future, thinking about. And OHOH has all these programs coming up this summer about our heritage and about particular times in the country's history, where Waldoboro was at. And those lectures are very moving, and they leave you asking questions rather than, having it all put together. So I encourage anybody and everybody to go to them. And that's it. News from Chile.
Thanks. Select board comments. Abden?
I got one, I don't know if anybody knows, but I guess Michael's having some sort of thing down to the customs house this week. I'll be one of the exhibits. So, there's a couple drawings of me down on the mud and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought maybe you were gonna stand up there and.
No.
Like a statue.
Statue behind some velvet
I
ropes.
did that. She's doing a drawing. 2 drawings. But I guess that's going on this week.
Nothing here. I'll just say that it was an adventure. A lot of difficult votes, some personal issues crept in. But all in all, it was a good experience. I'm glad I did it, and I appreciate all the support I got from the rest of you folks.
It's election day, so we gotta say thanks to Pam Jameson.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
and I would also say in my travel, I'm on the road a lot in my job, and Public Works is everywhere and busy. Roads are getting the attention they need. That's all I got.
And I don't have any.
Like Bob Butler not having it. It's election day again. Thank you to the staff. You still have time. We're here till 8 tonight. Lots of fun. Come down, do your civic duty. The library sold out first thing, like they had all their treats out there this morning and they were gone before 11 o'clock. It was
Mhm.
amazing.
Awesome.
So I don't have anything else. I kept everything short and sweet. Drive down Mill Street looks great. Sidewalk looks great. We're having a lot of fun. Oh, I should tell you too, though, our medical boxes, you'll remember the big thing for the, to comply with the new DEA standards. Our medical boxes are, Karen Purchase came in today and Derek is out helping distribute them.
Oh, great.
Great.
So the Pyxis should arrive before the day we start and life is in good order. I don't know if you saw the article in the Lincoln County News. There was an article about it, and how it affected. They interviewed, I think, 3 of ourselves, CLC and Booth Bay. So that's where we're at with that. That's all I have.
Okay, moving on to consent calendar.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
Discussion.
Can I just
I
bring
do
up
have one thing.
the bridge
Probably
posting?
not gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, the bridge posting.
Yeah, I got advised from the DOT by a phone call and then finally an official letter that the bridge downtown across the Madomic is going to be posted for 30 tons, which does impact. So when there's an accident on Route 1, and that's essentially the way to get around the detour, large trucks are not going to be able to use Main Street. So the police and fire and EMS are going to have to be wary of that. And the ladder truck won't be able to go over, believe it or not, that bridge.
You weigh it,
Yeah, we know what the weight is and it's over the 30. So
but all the other trucks are good.
we think all the other trucks are.
this
good.
isn't the Mill Street Bridge. This is.
No, it's not the Main
Main
Street,
Street, but Pine
the
Street,
Main Street,
Okay.
the one by Pine Street.
but it's going to be complicated. And it's not going to be replaced for 7 years, at least.
So there's a reason why then.
Yeah, there's a reason they reduced the weight limit on it, so, but like they said, there's not money to do it for 7 years.
There's a few around the county because I travel them all the time. Yeah. real fast.
That's what I have for that. But it was funny, he's like, oh, are you gonna need a letter? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna need a letter. I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna take your word for somebody calling me up and saying, hey, we're gonna post the bridge. So,
All in favor? Very well. New business, MMA Vice President, Executive Committee Member Nomination in your packet. I think we have a copy of it.
they are in,
Nomination for Vice President is Lower,
Shiloh,
Shiloh LaFrani. LaFrani? How do you pronounce it?
Lafreniere, I
Lafreniere,
believe.
town manager J.
And then the committee members are Chris Kameyer, Michelle Labrie Daniels, and Rick Petrie.
Motion to cast a ballot on those nominations.
So moved.
Second. Discussion?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, you have to pick,
oh wait, that's
you have to
Right.
pick one
one of the
for the executive committee members. The vice president, there's only
one.
one.
Shall we do the vice president first?
Yes. Nomination for the vice president
I'll take back my motion.
of current town manager Jay Main. I can't
I'll
say
make
it.
that motion.
Second,
Yeah, I'll second that.
all in favor?
I can't offer you guidance because
I don't see anything on these.
I don't know.
Okay,
You never met the town manager of Chapman?
No, I have not.
You want a recommendation? That motion?
yes,
Make a motion for Rick Petrie of Jackman, town manager of Jackman.
we have a motion for Mr. Petrie. Second, I'll second it. Discussion on him. He's got
I mean, I really do like the professional experience and the certifications he's listing.
Yep.
Not to say anything against the other two, but at a quick read, to my mind, it's the strongest one.
For a town manager, you have to be kind of the jack of all trades.
Especially up there, that's
Especially in
kind of,
Yeah,
especially up there.
when he was out in the boonies.
and
for
they
sure.
seem, especially up to really be represented pretty, quite a bit. Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Sentence? 4-0
Not enough to
Yeah.
make an informed decision here.
10.2, at this point, I'll step away from the table and Mike, give me in the vice, I'll let you handle 10.2.
Okay, so you're gonna put on a presentation on this?
I can.
Describe what you're asking.
I work for a company, land development company. We're doing a project here in Waldeboro and we need some fill. And I was speaking with our public works director. And they have piles and piles of waste fill up behind the town garage. So we're gonna offer $5 a yard to get that off their hands.
I think I'd clarify waste fill.
Yeah, I mean, it's not waste, it's like ditching material. Clay, stuff that's unusable, other than a fill site. And we could use it for this house lot that we're developing. And talking with Will, we could put $5 a yard, we're probably gonna get at least 400 or 500 yards. And there's that and a lot more up there. It's material that's just sitting around up there and they're gonna have to do something with it at some point.
That was gonna be my next question is it needed to get rid of it?
So. I did talk to Will about this. Yes, it does need to be, they typically, it's been being stockpiled for a long time because people haven't requested, like sometimes people will request it and we can do something with it. So he would like to move it.
It's a free up area, room.
To free up room, and if there was a way to make money on it instead of giving it away, he was very much in favor of that. Of course.
No, this isn't got an issue with RFPs or anything. We don't have to worry about any of that.
It would be open to anybody. So I mean, if a resident wants to come up and take some, they're allowed to come up and take some.
So this is establishing a price more or less
This would
for
be,
anybody who wants it.
well, I think for residents, it's free.
Really?
I mean, if somebody wants to come up and take it, they're allowed to come up and take it. If other companies wanted to come in, you'd have to go with the same price. You can't.
I don't necessarily have a problem with that, a high volume of companies versus having it be a benefit to residents.
But residents have always been, I mean, when it comes to this fill, typically if they're doing a project and somebody says, hey, I need it and it's close and it's closer than the garage, we literally will dump it for free. That's how it's always been.
Mhm.
But it's a select board decision. Will didn't want to make this on his own.
I'll make a motion, we sell whatever our overburden is up there at the.
That's a really good term for it, overburden.
It's a mining term, actually.
Yes, it is.
To Back Meadow excavation or whatever it is for $5 a yard. Till it's cleaned up.
Mhm.
Or I guess I wouldn't say to anyone. Will you, like,
Oh.
if another company gets it,
Yeah.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For $5 a yard for.
Yeah. Until Will determines that
It's cleaned up.
it's cleaned up or he has a use for it. It's just that there's a lot. I didn't realize that's all that it was.
Several thousand yards of it up there.
There's a lot.
Yep.
But I mean, people come in and pick up trucks and take it for free, but we want to maintain that for residents that they can always come and get it for free.
Do I hear a second?
Second,
Any further discussion?
We would just ask that, they have to come up to the town office, and if it is another, contractor, that they come before the board and you all approve them also.
Sounds good.
Okay. Take a vote. Vote to sell town overburden
Overburden.
to John's company, John's parent company,
It would be Back Meadow.
Back Meadow,
Mhm.
Back Meadow for $5 per cubic yard. All in favor?
Says for a new house in Waldenboro.
Right.
Turn it back to you. What was that? Chet Huntley, David Brinkley, back to you.
Old business. Tax acquired property update authorization RFP for real estate.
Christine appears to be here for an update, or are you just here to listen?
Take a minute,
Oh, you're taking, oh, okay.
yeah.
So the update is, we started out with 25 properties, 27, we're down to 25.
Wow.
With, I will let you know that, again, I think I put this in writing to you. Every property owner has been called and talked to. With the exception, I shouldn't say that, one will not answer the phone. But I have an in, somebody else is gonna talk to them. Every tenant has been talked to that we are aware of. The houses have been posted. We have a lot of phone calls that say it's going to be paid before July 1st. We've done, there's no way anybody can say that they did not know. I'm not going to say that they're not going to say that, but I'm telling you, I mean, I've spent an inordinate amount of time on the phone, calling people, making sure people know. So, oh, I should also say one other property does have help coming from some organization, so we should have that property cleared up. So we've done everything that could be done. Like I said, the houses were posted. And we did find one person that we did not know that lived there that was a renter. Two of those properties have been paying the owners, but the owners have not been paying rent, paying the taxes. So what we've done is referred those individuals to financial counseling, the renters or future homeowners, because they were thinking they were renting to own, to financial counseling. So we are doing our best with that, and they have stepped forward and said they're going to pay, but they didn't know, so it's going to take them a few weeks to get some stuff together, but they are working on it. So I think we have done everything that we could possibly do to avoid this. Really, when I tell you,
Yep.
and I mentioned it in my report, it is emotional, because you do,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I know a lot of these individuals. I know the people who have rented or said they were going to let these people purchase their properties and then didn't pay the taxes. So they got some Julie talking to too. So it wasn't just, you know, it's hard, you know, and they're hard conversations. So anyway,
So to be clear, come July 1st, if
They
it's
have
not,
to
if
pay.
it's not paid in full, not just a portion, in full, it's referred to our realtor, and
correct,
then they advertise to sell,
correct.
and then someone buys, and the buyer is responsible for
For
removal.
Removal. So yes, so can we move on to the RFP?
Yes.
Okay, so the RFP that you received, I just want to go over a few things with you there. We will be selling them as is. So whoever buys it will have to evict the person or maintain a rental relationship or something with them. What happens is when we contract with a realtor, they will give us what the seller's fee will be, a percentage. But we need to understand that now there's also a buyer's fee. So do we care what the buyer's fee is? All the fees will go into, say, say the taxes, just for argument's sake, are $10,000. The house sells for $100,000. There's a 2% seller's fee. That all gets deducted from the price of the sale, and then whatever is left is then given to the previous, to the owner of the property.
Previous owner.
Previous owner, because now the town will own it. It's the previous owner. So it's not like they're getting nothing, but what you have to realize, and this isn't going to be market value on these homes, because you have to remember, some are inhabited, some aren't in great condition, and some, you're not gonna get a clear title, you're gonna get a quick claim deed for 5 years before you can get title. So you're not looking at, there's not gonna be people who can get these houses aren't mortgageable.
Right.
So you're gonna only have a certain number of people who are gonna have the ability to buy these homes. So. As I've explained to everybody I've talked to, I have explained the procedure. Christine, you can correct me at all if I'm wrong on this. And I've said, it really behooves you to get these paid because, if you pay your taxes and you need to sell, you're gonna get market value versus what, I mean, who knows? Maybe we could get some market value, but I'm not,
Nothing to plan for.
yeah,
Will the real estate agent come up with a price?
yes, they'll do a workup. But
Uh,
you're looking at,
work
that's what
costs.
it's called for in the
Yeah,
RFP.
I have so much language in that thing, of what's required. I looked at it and my brain just exploded.
Well, I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm
That's the
very
law.
sorry to explode your brain. It was
It's the
not my.
law, I get it.
It's the law. There have been a lot of legalese and I will tell you, I did not, other communities have come up with that and used that RFP. That's why we chose it because it's tested and true. The one thing though, the select board does have to be aware of is that buyer's percentage and how it was explained to be by someone was nowadays, sometimes that percentage is part of the negotiation.
Right.
So we may want to leave that open and not tie it to like the buyers are at 3%. You may want to allow for negotiation for that. And that's not really addressed in the RFP, but setting the sellers and you have to decide too, if you want, and it doesn't have to be decided now, but you may get an RFP that says, I want to take all these properties and I'll do it for 2%. Or you may get somebody who says, well, I'll take some of these and only do it. We don't know what kind of bids we're going to get, but in the end, the intent is to get as much money back to the homeowner as possible. So you don't want to tie yourself down by saying, well, the buyer and seller both get 3% when it could be negotiated down. Does that make sense? What I just said? Try.
Thank you for navigating that. It's some of the West Pleasant work you get to do, I'm sure.
Like I said, some of it was, I will tell you that last Thursday, I think is when I penned my report to you guys. And it was Thursday was a rough day. That was a rough day.
And we could be less than 25 by the end of July.
You could be less
Right.
than 25 by the end of July.
And that would be great. I want to see those people succeed.
I do.
Yeah.
And just so you know, too, we've offered, services so that, hey, you might qualify for this. Look into that. Have you thought about this? I mean, we really have. And just to give a shout out, our local banks have been, Camp National and the First have been the ones that I've, dealt with. They've been the ones that have called and said, hey, we've got so-and-so, we're trying to help them. So, we're not just saying this is it and too bad, figure it out. We're offering some assistance and pointing them here, go to this resource or, try this resource. So we're trying.
Has any of the banks been notified as well?
Yeah, if there is a mortgage, we have. Yeah.
That's right. That was my question. How do we know what has a mortgage and what doesn't?
So,
The
well,
mortgage
I'll give you a
company.
great example is
It's filed, with the registry of
it's
deeds.
filed, it's
Yeah,
registered
it should be
deed.
filed.
Some of them don't have mortgages.
Some of the ones who are left in the family and such.
Yeah, that's,
I would think the banks would pay it.
well, typically they do.
Yeah.
And, but some of these are so old, some of these mortgages are so old and it might not always appear in our system because normally you have interested parties. Am I right, Christine?
Yes.
You
That's
normally
right.
have
So
interested parties.
That show that, yeah.
Yeah, but some banks, you can self-pay your taxes. And sometimes people don't, and banks can be shocked by that, so. But we are, like I said, we are doing our very best. We really are. It's been quite the drama.
Is there anything that we can do? I know we can't do it. We suggest it. Let's say I have one of these houses and I haven't paid my taxes. By July 1st, I come in, I give you $10,000.
Mm.
That we can't really force them to do it, but the tax club is a great tool that we
Mhm.
have for people, so they're not shocked at the end of the year to pay their taxes.
So
And make them understand that this is a benefit to them.
I think we can do that, but I think that this financial counseling, and we have two different, organizations that help with that. I think that should go right to them. And then it's nice to follow up afterwards and say, hey, after they pay it, wait a week, call them and say, hey, so I have this idea for you. Here's what we need to do. Maybe we hold a class here and invite people to come to a class where one of these counselors can come and actually talk about how to handle finances better. I think that would be a really good idea. The one thing I've learned is they're appreciative of how far we went to let people know and to offer assistance. So I think people will be more willing to hear it after the fact, like, hey, it's not just about getting it paid. Now they're gonna say they'll help us in some way. So I think that's a great idea of trying to figure out how do you do it?
One question I did get asked is if they pay 1 year to get out of the situation they're in right now, then that's what I thought. I thought
It's
they had to
all-
be paid in full.
All,
And
All,
that's, somebody asked me that question, well, if they pay it for the back for 1 year, are they safe until next year? And I says, I don't think so.
April, I think was the last time they
Yeah.
could have done that, and then
Last
that was the last.
option.
No, I was just asked that question. I said, I don't think so. I think it has to be paid in full, but I was just.
And I think that's what's really kind of shocked some people was, and like I said, we had another situation where one family member didn't disclose this to the other family member, and I went out of our way to make sure people living in the home knew, because it's important.
oh, communication between,
Well, sometimes communication apparently doesn't work well.
well, I thought you paid it. No, I thought you paid it.
Well, yeah. So we try.
We don't have, need to vote anything there.
No, it's just an update.
Okay.
And if you will let me, you're good with me putting out the RFP, right? Okay.
Yes.
Do you want a motion?
I can, it's pretty informal, because I mean legally we have to, so we don't really have a choice, but I just want to make sure you were all happy with
Yes.
the mind blowing.
Requirements.
I think we've all learned a lot. You've done a good job juggling that and teaching us.
Yeah, actually, I think my brain hurt after reading that.
I took a nap.
Afterwards, yeah.
Guys, I'm really sorry, I'm so boring.
Agenda items for the next meeting, I would like to have an final update on those properties.
Right,
Hopefully that number's down.
Ninth, so it'll be the 23rd.
update on property.
That's if I'm here.
That week, there's going to be some work at the Worcester parking lot behind the pharmacy.
23rd.
So we may have something for you to look at as far as a plan.
Cool.
What they're planning on doing, excuse me, is having the EDC has this great plan, because they're off and running on, painting temporary lines, like chalking it out and a loading zone, and then Public Works comes in, they're cleaning it all up. And just seeing how that works for the summer as a potential plan for the future moving forward.
Not a
You
bad
will,
idea.
yeah, it's actually interesting. You will have EDC appointments for the reconstituted board by then. Pam should be contacting
Me and Ruben.
you and Ruben to start interviewing folks.
Any new people, or are they all?
Some,
They're
They're
trying
trying
to. What
to-
you need to do is redo the new ones.
Right.
the new ones.
Yeah, that was gonna be
Yeah.
my question.
so they're trying to do more outreach, potentially, since you focused them in on the parking lot in the downtown area. They're trying to get more people who are use that more frequently.
We also have to have election of the new chair. And
Right.
Board of Assessors. All the committees within the.
And you'll have to,
But that'll be, won't be until July.
Next meeting.
You can do it.
Oh, that's right, that's right,
Do
that's
it
right.
next
That's
meeting.
brain cramp. I was thinking.
And then
fiscal year.
something that I heard over the airwaves, that the DOT has cut $400 million worth of funding to road and bridge projects
Yes.
for this year. Do we know if they're gonna?
I
affect
have not been,
any of
I have
ours?
not been apprised of any cuts to what we already know was being done. I did send an email about if that would affect Kaler's. Cause that's one of our dangerous intersections. But that is why, part of the reason why that bridge is not being replaced, because that's why it's 7 years out.
But it's not gonna affect the calming project?
No, that
The 400
project,
million,
the what
the
project
400 million that we're getting, the state's cutting,
is not going to affect
the downtown.
the down, no, that's already committed. That I'm sure of.
Well, they cut this year's projects, $400 million. So
Right,
that's
but-
why I
but
wanna make sure.
This
they
was
get-
all before that.
That was, yes, that money was committed last fiscal year.
Do we have any updates from Mark?
I'm sure you will
Mm-hmm.
before he leaves.
Yeah,
What is his last day?
July 30.
July 3rd,
I know he's been big about gonna be available and all that. I just want to make sure. he gets-
July 3rd, and our new person starts July 7th.
He's
Want to make sure I get him a proper goodbye. that's
And
all.
he will, and our new person will be shadowing him that week before.
Great.
So,
Is he gonna stay on the water committee, or is the new CEO gonna go on the water committee, or neither?
that would be a probably neither. The new Mark is actually leaving state.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so he'll be done on the water committee. We'll need a new water committee person.
Okay.
Anything else for the agenda for next meeting?
I'm sure there'll be other
That'd be
things
good.
next month.
something.
That's quite a bit. That I will ask for an emotion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
No, you know what? No, you win. You're last one. You do that.
You're the last one, your last adjournment.
Can't take
My
that
last,
from you.
my last vote as a select board member.